Welcome back to Suns Valley. Frank Vogel just finished his introductory press conference hours ago with James Jones, and I wanted to share my thoughts on it because I found a few things really interesting, especially concerning Deandre Ayton's future with the Suns. Hit the like button for us, it always really helps us out, and tell me in the comments below. After this press conference, do you feel differently about Deandre Ayton's future in Phoenix? Don't forget, this Friday, Sundo and I will be on Bleacher Report live. We want everybody to come check that out, so mark your calendars. So right off the bat, I found it weird that JJ used the term settled twice in referring to choosing Frank Vogel.
After an extensive search, we settled on Frank to be our coach. After talking to many great candidates, many amazing coaches, we settled on the guy who we think has all the qualities.
Settled isn't a very positive word. For instance, if in front of a large group of people and my wife, I said, yeah, I settled on my wife because of XYZ. Obviously, I would be sleeping in the garage for a month minimum. We settled on Frank to be the coach. It's not necessarily the worst thing you could say, but it almost felt like a Freudian slip. Like maybe they really did want Nurse. Well, if that's the case, don't say it. Keep that to yourself. Lie. Say Frank Vogel was your number one option the whole time, and you're so excited. I could be reading into it too much, and I hope that I am. I'm just starting to think that maybe this was more of an Ishbia decision and less of a James Jones decision, and maybe he didn't like that he got cut out of it. It's just he's not exuding enthusiasm here. Like I said, that's purely speculation though. Now, when asked about what made the situation in Phoenix an attractive one that would get him to unretire, I think he knocked the answer out of the park. The obvious answer is 36, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. That's why I wanted to come coach this team. But he didn't start or stop there. He basically just said everything about this situation was attractive, from Matt Ishbia and James Jones and getting to work with them, having obviously an owner that's willing to spend whatever it takes. He obviously mentioned Book and KD and the rest of the cast, but he finished by expressing that Phoenix is a destination now for coaches and players. And while that's nice to hear, it's true. And it's so awesome that he understands that, because he's going to be required to recruit free agents to a team that can't really pay them very much compared to what they could get elsewhere. So him really understanding how great Phoenix is, I'm glad that he knows that, because it's going to make it easier for him to express that to others. Like, it felt like he really believed it. He wasn't just paying lip service to the city. I remember the exact moment that I found out I was moving from, at the time, California to Phoenix. I was worried. I thought it was just going to be desolate desert. But as soon as I got there, I realized it was breathtaking. The scenery, the people, the vitamin D overload. And I didn't even get to live in Scottsdale like I assume he's going to live, where it's unbelievable. I was just living near ASU, and I would move back in a heartbeat. It's gorgeous. But like I said, the Suns have to use every tool in the kit to get free agents to come there, because money is not going to be their strong suit. Now, everyone knows by now that Vogel obviously won with the Lakers, won a title, but what escaped my memory was the fact that he did it in his first season, which is great because that's what the Suns are looking to do. I mean, they are definitely aware that they have 1 to 3 years to get it done with Kevin Durant. So it's huge that the Suns found themselves somebody who's been there and done that. So now here's where things really got interesting. When asked about him having his success with a rim protecting center and how he felt about the Suns' defensive potential, he said he's always had an elite rim protector, but that you can get the job done without. This really felt like an out in case they decide to move DA, which, if you're new to the situation, the Suns are extremely short on money and need to do something to create enough to get depth. Their Achilles heel currently. So that statement in my mind reinforced the reports you've been hearing recently, such as the report from Flex on Fox, that CP3 is in and DA is out. However, only a few questions later, he was asked, what value do you see in Deandre Ayton bringing to the team? And do you feel like you can unlock his true potential? To which he answered this:
Yeah, well, I think he can be one of the best centers in the league. And I think he's shown that at times throughout his career. I know he showed it when we played him in the playoffs a couple years back, and he shot about 80% from the field, and deterred every drive, every cut, every effort to attack the basket. He can be a big time deterrent, and there's still areas that he can grow offensively. But I'm intent on really connecting with him and restoring him to an all-star level player.
I mean, that comment sounds damn near concrete evidence that DA will return next season. And I agree with Vogel. He can be one of the best centers in the league. In my estimation, top 5. I don't think he's ever going to be better than Embiid or Joker, but he is up there with the rest of them. But the caveat that statement comes with is that it's only when he feels like it. Unfortunately, his desire to play comes and goes, while his contract remains a steady noose around the financial neck of the Suns. I'm really excited for the next few years to play out with Frank Vogel. I think it's going to be really interesting to see if he can unlock DA's potential and get him back to playing the way he was when he had a part in Frank Vogel getting fired from the Lakers by bouncing them in the first round. And looking on the bright side of things here, if Vogel can actually get DA to play like that again and consistently, the Suns would be insanely scary. An actual big 3. Tell me what you think in the comments. Thank you guys for hanging out, and we will see you guys next time.